Hello and welcome to a brief demonstration on how to determine the graphs of inverse functions given a function. Now the function we're going to work with today is 4 divided by x minus 5. And as you can see, this rational function is broken. It has a vertical asymptote at x equals 5. It has a horizontal asymptote at y equals 0. So this is going to be our function. Now, according to our steps that we've discussed, this is our first step in determining the graph of an inverse function. We want to get a graph of the original function. So our next step is to go ahead and plot some points on this curve so that we can have some information about it. So I'm going to go ahead and plot a few points here. We plot -4 and -4/9. We plot b here, which is -3 and -1/2. And we get -2 and -4/7. Then we get -1 and -2/3. And we're just plotting points along this curve here. Now we want to make sure that we plot enough points in order to make sure that we are capturing all the behavior that we need to capture. So you may need to plot quite a few points in order to make that happen. So here we've plotted several points here to get an idea about what's going on. So we have our function, we have points plotted. So our next step is to go ahead and switch the order of these ordered pairs that I've plotted here. So we're gonna switch the x and y values to generate a new set of points. So we're gonna switch this point, and we're gonna continue to switch them. And as you can see, they're starting to fill in down here. And we just go ahead and reverse those and plot those points. Okay. So I'll go ahead and remove these guys now, since we're plotting more points. And now remember, these points are plotted by reversing the x's and the y's in the points that were on the F curve. So again, we don't have to be back on the F curve. In fact, we shouldn't expect that to happen. So here I've generated quite a few points, and now we're kind of seeing the overall behavior of what the graph of my inverse is going to look like. So we have our graph of F, we have our graph of points that are going to be on the inverse now. So now all I have to do is kind of connect these points in a pattern similar to what I saw with the graph of F. And here in red, we can see the graph of our inverse. Now, in order to make sure that we actually do have the graph of the inverse, we go ahead and draw the line y equal x and see if we have that symmetry. And I'll go ahead and take these text away so we can see the points a little, or the graphs a little more clearly. So this is the graph of my inverse here, the one in red. That's the inverse function. This is the graph of y equal x. And as we can see here, we do have the symmetry across the y equal x line. What happens on the green part over here is reflected over the orange dashed line to give me the red part right here. This green part of the graph right here of the original function is reflected over the diagonal line here, and we see the red part plotted here. That's the inverse graph. So green is the original, red is the inverse, and we do see this reflection over this orange line. And similarly, we can see it down here as well. So when you want to graph an inverse function, first thing you want to do is you want to graph the original. Then you want to graph the points on the original. And then you're going to switch those X and Y coordinates around, and that gives you points that would end up on the inverse. And then you connect those points to generate the graph of the inverse. And a quick check is to graph the line y equal x, so you can see the symmetry. And if the graphs are symmetric to this line, then you've successfully graphed the inverse function. So thank you for your time and attention.